Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I'm just gonna come on here and talk about something for a minute. There's this concept that I think so many of us forget, and it's rather simple. So many of us are out here changing a life and running after illusions and running after things that we think will bring us joy, fulfillment, and happiness, and all of that. But there's this thing, and it's called gratitude and being grateful for the things that you have. Sure, yeah, you can go after dreams and you can go after ambitions and you can go after goals and you can, live whatever aspect of a life that you want to live. But as you're living and as you're going through these things and as you're doing whatever it is that your heart is desiring to do, there's this thing that should be in the back of your mind or in the forefront of your mind is being grateful for what you have, being grateful for what you get, being grateful for the things that truly matter. And I'm reminded that every day there's this constant need of being grateful, right? Because as you look around me and my surroundings, I have a home. I have a car at the parking here. I have food to consume. I have a place to go to work. I have people that care about me. So, does that mean that I'm rich? No. I don't have a huge bank account. I don't have all this crazy stuff that I can turn to for maybe having fulfillment. But what I have makes me rich because I have the things that I need to function as a decent human being. Now, do I have goals and do I have ambitions and do I have things that I'm chasing after? Sure, yeah. But do I need to chase after those things to fulfill some kind of illusion or delusion that is not in my highest good? Do I have to go chase after some tale that I thought was gonna be fulfilling, or do I have to go chase after this or do that or whatever in order to be fulfilled? No. See, the key is remember where you've been. Remember who you are now. And look at where you want to go in the future. And then find ways to get there. But that shouldn't mean stepping on toes of the people around you. That doesn't mean using and abusing people. That doesn't mean treating people as if they don't matter in some way, shape, or form. Because believe it or not, we all matter in one way, shape, or form. Maybe it's just a different aspect of it all. But every day we should be grateful for everything that we have. And there's always something more that we can gain. There's always something more that we can have. There's always something more that we can strive for and run to and grab. And there's always one more little thing that we can have that will make us feel more fulfilled, right? We should never compare what we have to other people because everybody's at a different position. Everybody's at a different spot in life, right? So some people have kids, some people don't. Some people have, a fancy job and a big house and they have all this stuff. And the crazy part is it doesn't matter for some of these people, it doesn't matter how much they have, they will never be happy. They'll never be happy. And I've run into a lot of them over the years. Like, these are people who have everything they could ever want, and they're still not happy. They still don't feel fulfilled. They feel like they have to grab one more thing in order to be happy. And then when they get that thing, then they're off to the next. And when they get that thing, they're off to the next. When they get that thing, they're off to the next. Like, nothing is ever enough. Right? And so I try to thrive every day knowing that, hey, yeah, there are things that I can go after, and yeah, hey, there are things that I can do, and yeah, there are things that I can work on. But in the process, I don't forget the main thing, and that's myself. I don't forget who I am. I don't forget where I come from. I don't forget what my dreams are. I don't forget what my aspirations are. But I also know this concept of what it is to have enough, to be enough, and that I'm enough just as I am. For who I am. Pretty simple concept, isn't it? Knowing you're enough because you are enough with what you have. You can always get more, you can always do more, you can always be more. But you are who you are in that moment, regardless of what the situation looks like. The only thing that should change is the way we look at things, not how we get more things. How to look at things differently. How to be different. If you don't like the way you look, take yourself to a gym. If you don't like the house you live in, work harder and get a different house. You don't like the car you drive? Hey, get out and find a different car and, hey, work towards that. So there are ways of going about it, but it should never be to the point to where it dampens who you are and what you're worth to make yourself look better, to feel better, or any of that. It should be an inner thing, knowing that you did that, knowing that you can look back at your house and your car and whatever else and just say, you know what? Yeah, I have the perfect life. I have a good job, I have a good car, I have a nice house, I have a family, I have a dog, right? I have people who love me, I have house, I have, like, everything that I could ever want. And I can actually be happy and I can actually feel fulfilled. That's how simple it is. There's so many of us that miss that. But just something to think about. Hope you're all having a great night. Sending nothing but love and light. Hope you're all having a great day. Until next time.